Hi everyone, this is Rajesh Kumar. Today we'll see about functions in MySQL. So functions are basically of two types, single row functions and multiple row functions. When we talk about single row functions operates on a single value to return a single value. They can accept one or more arguments but returns only one result per row. When it is applied to a table, they returns a single value for every row of the queried table. Further, they can be categorized further as like numeric functions, string functions, date time functions. When we talk about multiple row functions, uh, they are also called as aggregate functions. Multiple row functions operates on a set of rows to return a single value. Some examples of aggregate functions are like sum, average, and count. Uh, so for discussing about single row functions and multiple row functions, let me create uh, let me create our some tables for better understanding these functions. So further that one, let's see how many what are the database we are having. So for that one, so we should let me see. So data, so databases, we are having these databases. So let's jump in tutorial for using, let we should write tutorial, use database name, that is tutorial, use tutorial, database name, database is changed. For verifying, let we should write select database, select database. So let's see how many tables we are having. Show tables, we are having this, and student and test one. I have created these two tables in previous videos. So let's create a new table in for this video. So for this one, let me write create, create table, create table, table name, let's say employee, let's say employee, create table, table name is employee, employee, with column, first column is id. So let's, I'm defining it as an integer, and I'm putting constraint over it by using a primary key. I'm defining this as a primary key. And the next, first name, the first name, second column is first name, which I'm giving it as a variable character with, let's say, 20, up to 20 words. And the second one is last, third column is named with last name variable character, and putting it as a variable character. Let's give it to 20 also. Now the next one, let's say date joined, date joined with the data type of date. The next column is like salary, let's say salary, which is decimal data type, let's say up to 8 digits, and it will to two, after decimal it will show up to 2 digits decimal points. And let's say finally, let's say city, which is a variable character, let's say city, let's say it's 15 characters. Like this you can create a table. So just see, I'm taking int id as the first, which is of type integer, and it is primary key. I am allocating is it says a primary key. Let's just to better visibility, I'm giving underscore after first name, last name, date joined, date joined, and salary decimal, like this one. I'm creating a table inside this tutorial database. Let's wait. Okay, queries affected. So let's check whether our table is created or not. Let's see description of our table name employee, description of our table employee. This is our description. ID, first column is ID, its type is integer, and its is primary key which accepts null value. No, it will not accept null value, neither it will take duplicate value nor it accept null value. And the remaining columns are like first name, last name, date joined, salary, city, with this type of data types. So let's insert some values to this table. So you will also see, if you don't see my previous video, kindly visit to my previous videos also for better understanding of DDL and DML commands, how to insert different values. So for inserting a value into a table, you have to write insert into table name. In my case it is employee. The values are like this values, and your first ID, let's say ID first, and its name is Amit. So you have to write like this Amit, and let's say Amit next, Amit, then the next one is Sarma, Amit Sarma, Amit Sarma with date of date join is like this, let's say 1996 slash 07 slash 25, and salary is, let's say, 25,000. After that, two decimal places, and his city, let's say he is in Delhi. So this way you can insert. Let's cross verify as insert into table name employee. The values which I am going to insert is one Amit Sarma. His date of birth is 1996. Date of joining is 1996. This much of things in our industry. Just for there is a error, I think, in okay, date joined. I think here they require the date join like this way. Okay, so let's see our data, how it looks like. Select from employee, how it looks like. This is the way our date our records have been updated successfully. Let's add some few more details, like Amit, then few others, like second one is, let's say, Diksha, Diksha Verma, Diksha Verma, Diksha Verma. Let's say her joining is 1995 06 06 27th. On 27th she joined, and her salary is 30,000. Let's say her salary is 30,000, and she's from Pune. This way we can update. Let's update more values. uh, Third one is Navikaran. Let's say Navikaran, Navi, let's say Kiran, Kiran, let's say any number or name you want to specify. Let's say now Kiran, Aulia, 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 and let's say her joining is on 1990. Let's say 9002 02 and 20. Let's say on 20, let's say his salary is somewhat more than the others, like 32,000, 30,000, 32,000. Let's say 32,000, and his residence is again Delhi. Let's say Delhi. So this is the way, and let's update some more values. Let's say fourth one is, let's say someone Mamta Sharma. You can type any number, name or any contact details or anything. I'm just looking at table, so I'm just following that table. So I'm writing Mamta Sharma with date of joining is 1989 1989 08 1989 08 18, and her salary is 37,000, and she is from Mumbai. Okay, this way. Let's update one more extra. Let's say 5 with details is BH Bhavna Bhavna Alurkar, Alurkar. Her name is Bhavna Alurkar, and she joined on 2010 2010 03 1003 on first, and her salary is 42,389. Let's say, just as an example, and she is from Chennai. So she is from Chennai. So finally we have updated 5 details. Let's see what are the details and how our table looks like. Select start from our table employee. So this is how our table looks like. So for understanding functions, I'm going to start with numeric functions. So numeric functions are like pow, round, truncate. These are some examples of numeric functions. So it will, so when we are talking about power functions, it will take, like, it will returns the value of x raised to the power of I, and it is written as, you can type power also, and you can type like this way, you can write power also, or you can write like power also, this way. So this is the way of writing power x to y, power x comma y, this way. So here it will return the value which is of written like power of x to the raise of y. So let's return some values. So select some values. So as I have mentioned in previous video, I will explain like select statements in our upcoming video. In this video I am going to use more select statements to show these numeric functions, or different types of functions, single row and multiple row functions. So in this video I will explain about single row functions and their different types based on numeric, string and date type function. In next upcoming videos I will explain about multiple row functions, that is power, that is average, sum, and count, which works on aggregate functions, group of functions which works on multiple rows. So if you are talking about that is numeric functions, let's start. Select power. I'm using power as a power here. You can use both. 2 to the power 4. You can use like this one also, so it will return to the power of 4 like this one. You can also play like this one, 2 to the power of -2. Here you will get 0.25 like this way also. You can also do like power a power of -2 to the power of 3. Here you know it will give -8. Let's see. Yeah, it will give -8. So from table, if you want to select any things, so you can see, select suppose ID and salary, ID, salary, ID, salary, and power of, suppose you want to see, suppose salary power 2, salary square from our table name employee. How it looks like, this is how you can see salary to the power 2. It will give the results like this. So this is how you can play with power functions. Now the next function I'm going to explain about round. For using round, you can type like this way, round, and this function. So let's start. Select round. So what does it mean? Before that, I will explain like the round functions. Suppose if you type like this, round x comma y, suppose x comma y, what does it mean? It means, suppose x comma d. So what it will do, so in this, what it will do, it will rounds the argument x to d decimal places. And if you write only x, it will, what will it will do, if the number of decimal places is not specified or is 0, then number rounds to the nearest integer or 0 decimal places. So, and if negative value is specified for precision, it counts of the value left from the decimal point. And if it is positive value is specified for precision, it counts of the value right from the decimal points. So let's see some examples. Select round, select round -1, it will round off to this much of things. We are going to round this to this much of things. So I forward this one, so it will produce -1. And if you want to round -258, it will produce minus. And if you want to round, if you want to round 1.48, it will round to 1. And if you just give 58, 1.58, it will round to 2 next decimal places. So here, suppose if you mention up to 2 decimal places, it will round like this. And suppose if you give some values, let's say 56 point, let's say 235 up to -1 decimal places, so it will produce like this. Suppose you want to give up to -2 decimal places, it will round to the next. And suppose let's say up to -3 decimal places, it will round like this one. So here what it is showing, 56 up to -1 decimal places, it will go to this one and it will produce 56. So if you see, let's say here you don't put any precision, so let's say 56.235 it will round, and if you want to give 56.325, 52.3.5 up to one decimal place, it will 56.2. Here you see up to one decimal places it is 56.2, so it is rounded to 56.2. As 35, if it is more than 50 or 51, it will round to 56.3, like this way. Like this way you can see. So let's select some values from our table. Select select id, round our salary to zero decimal places. Select round salary to zero decimal places. Then how it looks like from our table employee. Let's see how it looks like. If you want to round off up to one decimal places, it will round like this way. Suppose you want to round to minus one decimal places, it will show like this. And in this is how round works. And the next function is truncate. If you want to use truncate, you can simply write truncate function x to d decimal places. And what does it mean? It returns the number x truncated to d decimal places. If d is 0, the result has no decimal point or fractional part. If d is negative, it causes d digits left to the decimal point of the value x to become 0. One thing is noted here, like truncate does not round a number, it simply chops off. Means in round, it is rounded up to any specified d decimal places, or anything, whatever you want to specify. But in truncate, it only truncate the value, means chops the value, it will not round off the value. So let's see. Select truncate. Select truncate. How you can use this one? You can simply write select truncate. Let's say some values, 7 point, let's see, 7 point anything you can mention up to one decimal places. It will truncate like this way. And if you want to truncate up to two decimal places, it will truncate up to two decimal places. If you want to truncate it three decimal places, it will truncate to three decimal places. If you want to truncate to minus one decimal places, it will do like this way. So this is how. Suppose if you give some values, random values to minus two decimal places, it will truncate like this way. Like this way, truncate functions do their work. This is how truncate functions work. Let's select some values from our table. Select id, truncate the values, truncate some values with functions, truncate our salary up to, let's say, one decimal places from our table name employee. This is how it looks like. And if you want to use common alias, as I explained in my previous video, if you didn't see, kindly please see after watching this. You can write also anything as as let's say modified salary, as this one. Here in this table you are seeing like truncated salary, it is simply written. But if you give any common alias, column alias, it will show here as whatever you want to. So this is how truncate functions work. This is how this is all about numeric functions. And now let's we move to our string character functions. So in string character functions, we are having different types, like length of the string. If you want to concat strings, and other is in str, lower str, upper str, left, right, l trim, r trim, trim substring, ASCII code. These are some functions inside our string functions. So let's quickly see our all these type of things. So if you want to see the length of the string, you can use length function. So for that one I'm just showing each one some example because it will take more time to make video for me. So length select length, suppose length of suppose Rajesh. You want to see the length of this string Rajesh, so it will produce. Okay, I think function tutorial does not. Okay, it does not. Okay. uh, Here I have written select select length of this function, length of this function string Rajesh, so it will produce 6 characters, 2 4 6. It will show length of this string. So uh, suppose you want to concatenate two strings, so you can use concatenate select concat. You can use concat string, different strings you want to concat. Let's say you want to concat Rajesh, there is an space, let's say Kumar. You want to concat these two strings, it will concatenate. Select concatenate as name, it will show full name. Here I have taken a space, so here it will show space. So like this way you can concatenate two strings. If you want to see the position of a substring in a string, you can use the in str function. Like this way, suppose you want to see the position of, let's say select in str, this is a function in str. You can see, let's say uh, if you want to see let's say inside Rajesh, you want to know the position of, let's say J's, so you can also do like this one. So this is how first, second, third, this starting position in str, it is taken as this starting position of second argument. So second starting position is j, and in main string it is matching from here, not match, not match, not match. Here it's matched with j, that is third character, so it will give the value third for in str function. This is how in str works. Suppose you want to do the case changing, as in Windows you can simply type shift, by selecting shift and F3 it will change lower, upper, and like this way. In MySQL, if you want to change the cases, you can do like this, select. If you want to change in lower format, you can like L case or lower. Suppose I just written in capital format uppercase, and I want to change it in lowercase, it will change to lowercase. Suppose I want to change in uppercase, you can write either U case or L case, uh, or upper. You can write upper or U case, so it will change to U case. Let's say some strings I write in lowercase, so it will change to all the strings in uppercase, as we have seen here. So suppose if you want to Suppose you want to know the characters. uh, Suppose you want to show few characters from left side or right side or in between, you can use the functions called left. Suppose you want to see, suppose you want to show some characters, select, suppose left, suppose from Rajesh you want to select a few, uh, two or three characters from right side, from left side, you can simply write in this way. So it will show, as this is our main string and we are showing two characters from left side. This is how two characters is shown from two side, right left side. If you want to show from right side, you can simply write from this. So from right side it will show two characters as such. This is how left and right functions work. So if you want to trim some strings, you can also do trimming, r trimming and trimming, left trimming, right trimming and trimming if you want to. So for that one you can also do like this, select. Suppose if you want to trim from left side, you can simply write l trim. So there is a function, let's say to let's say I put some space in between left side, then I write Rajesh. So there is a many spaces, so it will produce, it will trim left spaces. So let's say this way it will also produce. So this way, here you see these spaces are not trimmed because I also only trim left side. Suppose I want to trim from right side, so I can write r trim. This is where right side is trimmed. So for better understanding, me take more let me take more spaces, and here also let me take more spaces. This is how I'm inserting more spaces. Okay, this is how I'm spacing. This is how L trim and right trim is work. And if you want to trim both side spaces, you can simply write select trim. Select trim. Okay, okay. This is how select trim works. Select trim. Select okay. This is how this function trims all values. Select trim as new value, it trims everything. Here you might get confused like this is not trimming, but after using column alias, because it is just showing up to this number of places, so just to show I have written here new value as this, just to verify that it is trimming left and right side both. So this is how strings functions work. And suppose you want to know the substring, any substring, like suppose you want to know, uh, so there is a function called substring function. In substring function, what it will do, it returns the specified number of characters from the middle of the string. Like suppose you want to know select substring, you can use substring. Suppose there is a string called, let's say let's say MySQL. Let's say this is our string, and we want to specify from 2, so it will return MySQL. Alright, this one. Suppose you want to specify substring from, let's say 1. So what it will do, it starts from this starting point first and second, it took y and it sees how many digits you want to see. In this query it is saying only one, so it gives one character. Suppose you want to take two characters, it will show two characters. Suppose you want three character, it will give three characters. So suppose you want to know from three, so it will give from three, third position. This is how third position it will give. It means it will give the substring particular specified position. If you want to extract from any particular string, this is how substring can help you. So if you want to know the ASCII value, you can, there is also some function that is ASCII in MySQL. You can also know the values of ASCII value. So suppose you want to know the value of any particular things, you can also. So suppose you want to know the ASCII value of 10. Suppose 10, you want to know the ASCII value of 10. You can also, like, you can also write, okay, I have written this ASCII of 10. So ASCII value of 10 is 49. Suppose you want to know ASCII value of small a is 97, capital A is 65. So it is producing ASCII value. This is how numeric and string functions work. So finally in this video I'll explain about date time functions. So there is a functions, date time functions, which will give you date time. The first one is current date. Current date, the function name, it will returns the date in YYY for DD format. So let's see quickly. Select current date. It will return current date of system. So this is how 2021 to 14 it will returns current date. Suppose you want to see time also, you, there is a function called now. You can view the current instance with timing also. Suppose you want to see system date also, there is a function called sys date. It will give system date and time. This is how it will show now and sys date. So there is a one thing you should note, like sysdate returns the time at which the function execute. Like sysdate differs from now, like now returns a constant time that indicates the time at which the statement began to execute. There is sometimes question may arise, like what is the difference between sysdate and now, even though both are giving same time and date, but there is a difference which I just now told. So this is how some other functions are, like you can also play with, like select. If you want to see, select year. If you want to know the year from this way, 2021. Suppose you want to know 0201. You want to know the year from this specified date. You can also know month. If you want to know the month, you can also, if you want to know the day, you can also know the day. This is how you can also play with it. There is a function called day of week, day of month, day of year. For that one, day of month, you just simply mention any date. Let's say 1998 080 third. It will give day of month. It will give day of month with this date. uh, on this, the day of month is third. If you want to know day of year, it will give day of year also. Here you can type like this way, day of year. It will give day of year. So this is how This is all about functions in MySQL. In this video I have created a table to explain you better, and in this video I have explained you about numeric and string functions, and in next video I will explain about multiple row functions. Thanks for watching it.